Hello again, and welcome to another video. Now, if you're talking about islands in Hiroshima, then obviously the most famous one is Miyajima. It's the island with the crimson torii gate in the sea. But there's another island in Hiroshima that is also pretty famous these days. And that's Okunoshima, or as it's more commonly known these days, Rabbit Island. The easiest way to get to Okunoshima is by train from Mihara Station on the Kure line. If you get off at Tadanoumi Station, it's just a short walk to the ferry port to the island. Between Akisaizaki, which is the station before Tadanoumi, and Tadanoumi itself, there's a spectacular view out over the inland sea from the train. If you're coming from Mihara, sit on the left-hand side of the train for the best view. The train runs literally along the sea wall. There's no road, not even a path, there's just the railway. And this is the view. Just before the train arrives at Tadanoumi Station, it passes the road down to the ferry port. So you need to turn right when you leave the station, walk back along the road a little way, and it's about 5 minutes to the ferry port. In fact, you can see the car park for the ferry port from the station itself. The island is certainly a great place to visit, although if I'm being completely honest, I think it's probably suffering a little bit from over-tourism now. Still, don't let that put you off from paying a visit. While you're in Tadanoumi though, there are a couple of other places you might also want to visit. The first is Tokoura Shrine. Again, it's about 5 to 10 minutes walk from the station, but this time you need to turn left, not right, as you leave the station. Cross the railway line and follow this road down past a school. Obviously you can see the school on the right just now. At this point, just note the path going up the hill. We'll take a look up there in a minute or two. First though, let's head to the shrine itself. Follow the road round past the school swimming pool and you'll find yourself on a beach. Quite a beautiful, peaceful beach, in fact. By the way, the island out in the bay with the electricity pylon on top of it is Okunoshima, or Rabbit Island. For now though, walk along the beach or along the little road at the side of the beach. In about a minute or so you'll get to this shrine. This is Tokoura Shrine. It's a nice enough, local, little shrine. What makes it a little bit special though is that obviously enough, it's right by the sea, and its shrine gate is basically on the beach. It's a little bit special, I think you'll agree, and if you're in Tadanoumi, it's well worth a visit. You can also walk out to the little stone lantern on the edge of the breakwater, from which you can get a really good view out over the inland sea and then back towards the beach. Like this, in fact. It really is a great place to spend a relaxing hour, or even a whole afternoon, in fact. Okay, do you remember that path up the hill we walked past a few minutes earlier? Well, let's take a walk up there now. It's by no means a high hill, but what it does give you is an excellent view out over Tadanoumi Bay and the inland sea. This is the ferry from Tadanoumi port to Omishima Island. Most of these sailings also call it Okunoshima Island. The other thing you can see from the top of the hill is the train running alongside the sea. There aren't that many services on the Kure line, unfortunately, so if you want to see the train like this, you need to plan the times fairly carefully. But still, it's worth seeing, I think. If you plan the times well, you can see trains in both directions without having to wait for too long. Obviously, there's quite a distance from the hill to the railway line, which is not really ideal for photography, but there is one other place where you can see the trains much more closely. And this is that place. To get here, you need to take a bus from Tadanoumi towards Mihara. Well, obviously, you can take the bus in the opposite direction. Whichever direction you take the bus in, you need to get off at Hisatsu Kominkan and walk towards the sea. It's pretty obvious, really. And you can get views like these. Unfortunately, the bus times make visiting this spot, let's say, a little inconvenient. If you can plan to be here at the right time, though, there are some spectacular sunsets from this location. What had started off as a really nice day unfortunately turned quite cloudy by the time I got here, so I'm not really able to show you any sunset pictures, but take my word for it, they are quite impressive if you get the right day and the right time. Anyway, I hope this video has been enjoyable and, more to the point perhaps, helpful. Okunoshima, or as people tend to call it these days, Rabbit Island, is really a great place to visit, and it's deservedly popular. But if you're in Tadanoumi and you have time, then it's worthwhile visiting Tokoura Shrine, and if you have lots of time and good planning, this beach, so you can see the trains. Have you been to Rabbit Island or Tokoura Shrine? Are you planning to visit? If you have, please do leave a comment. Anyway, thank you very much for watching, and I hope to see you in another video very soon. For now though, goodbye.